Hello and welcome to Lowest Common Denominator. Today we will be reviewing Dragonball Evolution, or better known by its more popular name, Dragonball in name only. Alright, so the movie begins, a bunch of exposition. They explain that a long time ago some dude showed up and attacked the Earth, and then some other dudes made some 7 balls, and then they sealed the bad attacking dudes inside a jar, and then we see the title, and they explain this story to us like 5 more times throughout the movie. So if you like fell asleep during the first part, you'll be okay. You should know what's going on later on. And then it shows Goku real close up on his face, and there's some like water coming down his face. I'm guessing this scene was directed to all the fangirls. This is the only scene directed to the fangirls, by the way, so if you are a fangirl, you might be disappointed. Okay, so he fights an old guy. Very climactic opening scene. Teenager fighting an old guy. Yay. And after the fight, we learn that the old guy was in fact his grandpa, and they were training, because that's apparently what grandpas do with their teenage grandsons. They train them to be fighters. Anyway, so the grandpa and Goku talk, and then we find out that in this interpretation, Goku is an angsty teenager, because, you know, when I think of Goku, I think of angsty teenagers. So then Grandpa gives Goku a Dragon Ball, and he explains the legend that we just heard about in the opening. And then Goku goes to school, and some bullies pick on him after running over his bicycle, because that's what bullies do. They run over bicycles. And then he shoots a locker using his mind, and some girl is all, "Oh, you used ki!" And he's all, "You know about ki?" And they never explain what ki is, and I'm sitting there like, man, it's a good thing I watch a lot of anime, otherwise I would have no idea what they were talking about just now. And then he goes to the girl's party, and apparently Goku lives in a dingy old shack in the middle of nowhere, and this girl lives in a freaking castle! Seriously, it's a castle. I'm not kidding. It looks like a castle. It even has a huge courtyard and stuff. And then he beats up some bullies without touching them, because the bullies beat themselves up when they try to hit him. And then the leader of the bullies is all like, "I know you just beat up all my friends and without breaking a sweat, but I think I'm going to kill you with this lead pipe now." And then he attacks Goku, and Goku keeps dodging, and the bully destroys his own car. And then Goku talks to the love interest, whose name is Chi-Chi, and then he somehow surmises by looking at the moon that his grandpa is in trouble, and he rushes off to save him, I guess. But his grandpa has been killed by the evil dude, Piccolo, who has somehow escaped from the jar he was sealed in 2,000 years ago. Remember the jar they talked about in the opening, and then talk about a lot every other time they explain the legend. They never explain how Piccolo got out of the jar. I assume he just sort of crawled out of it. Yeah. And he's got this henchwoman whose name is apparently Mai, but I only know that because I looked it up on Wikipedia afterward. They never say her name in the movie. And she's apparently missing a triangular piece of cloth from her shirt, so I imagine she's working for Piccolo in exchange for that piece of cloth. I mean, seriously, it must be cold. And then this woman shows up, and she has a gun, and she starts shooting at Goku, and he's all, "Are you Piccolo?" And she's all, "I don't know what a piccolo is." And I'm like, "Lady, it's a musical instrument." And then they start talking, and then they decide to go look for Master Roshi, and they find him, and they have a somewhat pointless fight scene, and then they decide to go look for the Dragon Balls, and they fall into a trap, and this guy saves them, but he's the one that built the trap, and he doesn't really save them, he just sort of makes fun of them, and then they sit in the trap for hours, and then Yoshi jumps out of the pit, which he can apparently do that. I don't know why he didn't do it earlier. And he threatens the dude. No, wait, he bribes the dude, sorry. And then they all go look for the Dragon Balls together. Oh, yeah, and Chi-Chi is apparently a fighter. Like Goku. Yeah. And anyway, so, bunch of stuff happens, and then, Mai becomes a Chi-Chi clone, and then the two clones fight, and this is actually the second fight between Chi-Chi and Mai. Apparently the director really liked the idea. There are a lot of cat fights in this show. Anyway, they all go looking for the Dragon Balls again because Mai steals them after tricking Goku into beating up the real Chi-Chi because Goku's an idiot. And then, yeah. My brain's beginning to hurt. I'm sorry. I just can't keep this up. And so, whatever. They confront Piccolo, and Goku's all like, "Gah!" And Piccolo's all like, "I'm glad you could be here." And Goku's like, "No, I must stop Ozuru." And Piccolo's like, "No, Goku, you are Ozuru." And then Goku is a monkey, and then he wasn't a monkey, and then they fight, and then Mai gets shot in the back, and then they use the Dragon Balls because Goku accidentally killed Master Roshi, and they use the Dragon Balls to wish Roshi back to life, pulling him out of heaven. And then, the credits roll. No, wait, the credits don't roll until after Goku and Chi-Chi have a heartwarming reunion. Yay! Sorry about that last little sound clip. The people in my house are kind of loud! Yeah. So, my biggest problem with this movie was that, well, it's strange. Let me see if I can explain it. You see, the movie, while not good by any measure of good, is definitely not the worst movie I've seen. It's definitely better than Fast and Furious. Of course, on reflection, that's really not that difficult to be better than that movie. But still, it's sort of a so bad it's good kind of film. And it makes no sense. But if you can shut your brain off for a few hours, maybe you can enjoy it. Just don't try to think. You will be hurt. So, on the scale of stupidity, I give Dragon Ball 7 Manoses out of 10. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to mention, they call the special abilities in this movie airbending, so I'm assuming that the scriptwriter forgot that he wasn't writing Avatar. Yeah, my brain hurts.
Where did we go? When was the moment that we broke into? I think I know.